this video I'm going to explain how to capture a silent film. As you can see, we already have a silent regular 8 film mounted, and now what we want to do is capture the film. Again, we need to use the software, of course, and I will explain you something about how to use the software. In the transport and capture control, you have a speed setting which now is set to 18 fps and Super 8. But again, this is a film which is a regular 8, so I first click on regular 8, and because it's orange indicated means that that is selected. The speed changes to 16 fps because that's the default speed for regular 8, but when you set up the film, I always advise to scan at a slow speed. So in this case I want to set it to 4 fps. But how to change the 16 fps into 4 fps? For that you need to use a mouse with a scroll wheel. So you hover on top of the button and you will notice that the arrow changes in an up and downwards arrow. If it is in the up and downwards arrow, you can use your scroll wheel to change the speed. As you can see in the software, by scrolling up, I change the speed up to the maximum position of 25 fps. If I scroll down, I can slow down all the way to 1 fps. In this case, I want to set it at 4 fps. So right now it's set to 4 fps. To start the film, I always advise to first select pause. In the transport and capture control, right now the stop is selected, but I will click on pause and you will notice that if I click on pause, the picture will pre-tension. As you can see on the picture, it has now been tensioned, and I will show it again. This is the stop, where there is no tension on the film. I can just move it. If I click on pause, you will notice that the sprocket idler wheel is measuring the tension and it will maintain a paused position. Now I can click on forward play and the film will start transporting at 4 fps. It starts with the leader, so right now there is not much to see on the screen, only the blank leader. And now when we have the images, we can see that we have some film in our preview window. But we need to frame it and to position it in the right spot. So that's what I will do right now. With the 2 scroll bars here, the top I can move it to the left and to the right. I just want to center it. And with the other one I can move it up and down. This is a very bad film, as you can see. Even parts of the film were missing, but for the picture it doesn't matter. So now we have the film. I want to zoom in because I only want to capture the film. To zoom, you need to use the zoom control. The zoom control is the top ring. You will notice the lens is going downwards and I'm zooming in. But I'm also losing the focus. For the focus, you need to use the orange dial at the side. As you will see, I will now focus the film. And I just need to rotate it until my image is in focus again. So right now it looks in focus and I can reposition the film again. I see the top and the bottom, but in the right position I want to move it a little bit like that. This could be a way how to capture the film. Now you have an overscan. It's a 16:9 ratio, and what is really nice is that you have the information in between of the sprockets. This would not be visible on a projector. So this is the difference of the unique feature of the Pictor. It will capture the full frame, including the information in between of the sprockets. If I want to use the sprocket stabilization, I need to go to the software and to the steady frame selection. You see the 3 bars. The 3 bars are the additional options. If you click on that, you will open the sprocket search area. And it will only work when the film is playing. So I will click and then I get a regular 8 search area set. Here I can select where the sprocket is. In this case I need to move it upwards like that, and now we have a nice position, the full sprocket. If the box is outside of the sprocket, you will notice that the yellow bars are red. It does not detect the sprocket. If the sprocket is within the red box, you will notice that it works and the lines turn yellow. I can also change the horizontal position a little bit, and I can click on set. Now we use the sprocket stabilization and you notice that the image looks very stable. I can use the scroll button to scroll down and also to change the left and right. Now we have a very nice image of the film. This would be an archival capture. But it could also be that you only want to capture the information of the frame. So you don't want to see the top, the right, the bottom and the left bars. You only want to capture the frame itself. To do that, we need to zoom again. So I will zoom in, make sure that the top and the bottom is not visible. So I center the image again. I need to focus again. I still see a little bit at the bottom, so I will zoom in even a little bit more, like that, and I will zoom in, refocus the image. I will check the right part, and I want to crop the left part. With this button, you can set the horizontal resolution and you can crop. So I will click and I will slide the slider that it's cropping the parts you don't want to see. I will do it for both the left and the right side. If I click OK, then that is set and I can see that my resolution is 1976 pixels. With the Pictor it works the same, but then you are cropping from 1920 because the sensor of the Pictor is 1920 at 1080 and the sensor of the Pictor Pro is 2.7K at 1536. So now I will click OK. By doing so I cropped, but I still need to center the image. And now we have a nice clean capture of the film. But focusing is very important with any film. And focusing is very difficult when the film is playing because it is very difficult for the operator to focus on one point when it's moving. So we installed an additional feature which helps the operator to focus. Focusing should be used in the pause mode, so I will click on pause. And in the pause mode you don't have a live image. To get a live image, because now if I put my hand here in between of the lens and the film, you don't see a change in the captured image because there are no flashes, there is no capture. But if you click on the preview button, you will notice that the flashes will flash, which is difficult to see in this video. And if I block the lens, you can see that it's blocking the image as well. So when I remove it, I get the image back. Now I can use the focus 8. If I click on that, I get a focus peaking option. The yellow bars show how much of the film is in focus and how much is out of focus. The closer the two bars get together, the better the focus. And the same for the top window. The more yellow dots you see, the more it is in focus. So when I change the focus, you can see that they get wider. This is out of focus. As you can see, even in the image at the background, it's getting out of focus. But if I focus the other direction, the image gets in focus and the yellow bars will be closer. This would be a very nice position, because if I continue, then they widen again. So I now know where my focus is. It will be like here. This is a very nice feature to check your focus. Switch off the focus aid when you're done. Click forward play. And you have a very nice capture of a cropped image. To save the film, you need to rewind the film, of course. That's what we're going to show you in the next video, how to rewind the film to the beginning position.